Welcome to the channel guys and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be looking at a budget jigsaw that I've picked up from Screwfix. Here we are then, it's a McAllister jigsaw. Like I say, got it from Screwfix, but before we look at this one, I've also picked this up. This is off Amazon. I needed a new tape measure because mine is absolutely battered. The lock doesn't work anymore. Just needed something quickly. Prime next day delivery, £6. I'll put a link in the description for both. Few features of this one quickly then. It's 8 meters, so 26 foot. It's got nylon coated, 30% thicker blade. And then we've got 3 locks. We've got the permanent lock, which is your standard, every tape measure has. It holds it in place. And we've got a little blue button on the side there. If you press that in, see it holds it still. Does take a little bit to slow down though, it still slides through a little bit. And then we've got another little button on the bottom there. That one does stop it a bit quicker. You can try and see. There we go. Had a little go with it in terms of testing how long we can extend. I'd say we can get to about 2 meters. That's at the 2 meter mark there. And it doesn't drop down, but that is about your limit. If we go to 210, which is there it goes. Obviously, if you need it a little bit further, you can use one hand to support. What are we at here? For about 260 there. Obviously, it's not dropped down, so yeah, pretty good. So it's an ox one, just in case I didn't mention that. Right, if we move on to the main thing now, which is the jigsaw itself. As I said, McAllister from Screwfix, and I paid £25 for this. I just needed something cheap and hopefully it's going to be cheerful too, because I've got one little task I need to do with it. I know I'm not going to get too much use out of it, but it's always good to have something like this lying around. It's always going to come in handy. The reviews were great. And the next one up, price wise, was about £50, so double the price, and the reviews wasn't as good. So I don't always go for the cheapest. I do take reviews into consideration, and then I like to give it a test and let you guys know what I think. So we're going to open it up and have a look. So before we open it up, we're just going to discuss what it says on the box, because I'm not sure if you can see it all very clearly. It's 600 watts. We don't need a screwdriver to change the blades, which is handy. It's got a blade pendulum movement, which should help with the cutting, make it a bit smoother. Then we've got the max cutting depths. It's 80mm for wood and then 8mm for metal, and we can connect it to some sort of extraction. It's got a 2-year guarantee, which is great. Should come with 2 blades, a guide and an Allen key. I know we've all got loads of them lying around by now, but it's nice to have the right size one for the job. Not sure if you can see here, we've got 3 speed settings. We've got the off setting at the top, then 1, 2 and 3. I think that's about it, so we're going to open it up and have a look. So I'd say one other thing about buying cheaper products, they don't come with some sort of bag or case. If that bothers you, what you can do and what I tend to do, I buy a big like plastic tub with a lid, and I just store it in there, keep it dust free. Or you can just keep the box, but over time boxes get battered and they're usually quite a snug fit, the boxes they come in. So that's what I do. So this is everything. Got a little white box here. And that's your guide that you can attach to the jigsaw. Got instruction manual, and then the blades are in here as well, so we'll get them out. So yep, it has come with 2. We've got a wood and a metal blade, obviously larger teeth for your wood, finer teeth for your metal, and then the jigsaw itself. So it just comes in a little bag. Again, like I say, if you want to keep it, pop it back in the box, you can. Me personally, I'd buy some sort of storage tub if you've already got one, even better. So quick features. We've got a trigger on and off, and then we've got a lock button here if you want to keep it locked on. So now if we were plugged in, ready to go, that would be moving, and then you'd press your trigger again to unlock it and turn it off. For some reason it's already on the on setting. So here we go, we've got the 0, 1, 2 and 3. That is quite stiff, so it's jumped straight to 2, 1 and 3. So over time, hopefully that gets a little bit easier to move around, we'll see. We've got another dial at the top as well. Different speeds, I'm guessing again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or that might be the depth of the blade. I'm not 100% sure about having a read. So, attaching the blades. If I'm right, we should have a little lever here. We can move up and down. Hope you can see that. And there's also a little wheel. If we tilt it just there. So what you want to do is get one of your blades, whichever one you're going to be using. You want to slide it down that wheel so it's in line with that while pulling this back. So it's a bit of a two-hand operation. I'll try and get it on video for you. So you slide it down the middle of the wheel and then into your jigsaw itself. Make sure it's gone all the way in. And now that is secure. I can't pull that out. If I want to get it out, I'd pull this back again. As you can see, and now it slides out. And we've also got the little bits at the bottom. Should be able to just reach them. And that'll be your guide if you want your straight line. It's also got some measurements on there. It goes up to 13 centimeters. So that's quite handy to have. Also forgot to mention at the back here is where you can connect some sort of extraction. And also I thought I didn't have the Allen key, but it's actually up here attached to the cable itself, which is quite handy. It's got a rubber grip at the top, it's nice and comfortable, and it has got a nice bit of weight to it. It's not too heavy and it's not too light. I think things like this, if they're too light, one, it makes them feel cheap. I know this is cheap, it doesn't feel it at the minute. Then two, something like a jigsaw, you want that weight. You don't want to be having to push down yourself. You want to have full control when you need to move it around, instead of worrying about pushing it down, because you're not going to get your straight cuts, or your straight line should I say. Be able to follow the line you've drawn out if you're worrying about pushing it down onto the wood. So a bit of weight keeps it down. We'll give it a go now and see how well it cuts. Right, so as you can see, we've got the blade in now. We're ready to go pretty much. We're not plugged in though, but I just wanted to talk about these dials quickly. This 0 to 3 one is actually for the pendulum. So if you have it on 0, that's for fine cuts in thin pieces of wood, for like tight curves or circles. If you put it onto 1, that's for hard work pieces, so things like steel, chipboard. Put it onto 2, that's for that's basically the medium setting. So if that's for thick pieces of wood again, that's wood and plastic though mainly. And then 3 is fast, that's more for soft wood, and then also cutting in the direction of the grain. And then we've got this dial at the top. This one is the speed adjustment. So we're going to get it plugged in and we're going to do 2 cuts. What we're going to do first, I've just got a scrap piece of wood by the way, so I'm not trying to do anything fancy at the minute. We're going to have a go with the guide. We're going to run it along this edge. This isn't completely straight anyway, but I just wanted to see how it feels having it against something, and then we will just do a few curves and squiggles just to see what it cuts like. Okay, right, so we're plugged in now. As you can see, we've got it on the fastest setting. I'm just going to go through this scrap piece of wood with the guard on. Got it on number 1 on the pendulum. I'm not on a workbench though, so I've got a feeling this is going to bounce about a little bit, but we'll see how we get on. So we've gone through that. It's a pretty straight line. Seemed to go through fairly easy. It's not the neatest though, as you can probably see. It's made a little bit of a mess. So we're going to change the settings now and maybe just try and do like a little freehand curve around a bit of a corner, and just see how it comes up. there we are. Just do that freehand, obviously it's not going to be the neatest, but you can tell the difference from a second ago with the cut around the edge. I think I probably had that one on the wrong setting, but we've got the nice curve there, nice and smooth. It went through it nice and easy, so no problems there. Right then, so there you have it guys. That was the Jigsaw. We've seen it be used now. For me, I am very, very happy with that. I'll hold my hands up though. That first cut we did with the guide on, I don't think we needed it on 0. I think that's why it was bouncing around a little bit and we struggled to get it through near the end. Didn't help because we went on a workbench and it wasn't held down securely. But as we saw from that second cut when we did the curve freehand, we had left that on 0 and it went through a lot easier. So when using it, it was nice to control. It went through easily. I didn't have to force it and it wasn't too heavy to manoeuvre either. It feels okay in one hand. Didn't feel like I was going to lose control of it at all. Didn't feel like I had to push down. So very, very happy. And for £25, I don't think you can go wrong. I know we don't know how long it's going to last, but we have got that 2-year warranty. So that's nice to have in the back of our minds. But I don't think you can complain for £25, can you? So any questions, pop them in the comments, guys, and I'll get back to you. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's helped. And I'll see you next time.